Our meditation song is going to be The Heart of the Mother. And when I heard the daily word today, I was thinking of the concept of divine order. That is the precursor to hope, knowing that divine order is there. The heart of the mother, I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart Father, I am one with God. I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of love. I am one with the heart of the Father. I am one with God. We honor the place in each of us where we are one. We honor the place of love, light, truth, and peace. We honor the place where when you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, there is only one of us. We take this oneness into our meditation, where we quiet the mind and relax the body, close our outer eyes to open more deeply to our inner selves, our oneness with Spirit, our oneness with all. This knowing allows hope to spring forth, trusting in the divine perfection of the universe. Allow the music now to take you on a personal sacred journey into the experience of hope, into the experience of oneness and awareness of the truth that we are. Christ consciousness in human form. Melt into the silence. Thank you, Great Spirit. We are grateful that we have come together to have communion with God. The hope of knowing. The hope that allows us to trust that all is well. All is well. All is well. God is balanced. all is well. There's perfection everywhere. All is well. And so it is. Good morning, wonderful people. Two things came to me during meditation today. The first one was, we often talk about the still small voice of God. It's a little quiet sometimes, but it's huge, and it's always there. Kind of like this water fountain. I never heard it until we went into silence, but it was on the whole time. And I thought, that's God telling us, quit freaking out. But sometimes it's designed. What was that?
To be present.
To be present. Yeah. And that voice of God is designed. It is an unknown call. Because sometimes we're so preoccupied with so many other things that we can't hear it, but it's there. So, and when the different things were happening with music and things like that, it reminded me, if you need it to be perfectly still to connect with God, you're in trouble because stuff happens, and that is part of the meditation. So I'm grateful for every bit of it.
And if it put a smile on your face, even better, right?
Dun, 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 dun. Whatever that sound was, I was about to start rocking.
All right. Well, our talk today is titled "Turn the Other Cheek."
Oh, good.
And we will be talking about forgiveness, boundaries, and trust.
And one of my early examples of forgiveness, boundaries, and trust was taught by a very wonderful man. You know, every few years I give him an honoring, and he was probably the most consistent human in my childhood. Are we ready to sing, boys and girls? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Angelina and Armand's neighborhood. It's a special day. And today, we're going to have a special phrase. And our phrase is, turn the other cheek. Let's say that together. Turn the other cheek. You may have heard in your more traditional upbringing that in the Old Testament, there's a reference in there that says, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, which left everyone toothless and blind. And so we evolved beyond that teaching. I don't believe that was a teaching from God. I believe that was a teaching from humans that wanted to teach. A lot of people say God made us in God's image, which I agree. Unfortunately, many humans made God in their image, full of anger and spite and all that kind of stuff. And so we evolved beyond that, and Jesus helped us with that when he said, turn the other cheek. Now, in unity, and the metaphysical meaning of that is that when somebody hurts you and you want to lash back out with anger, you see things from a different angle of they're struggling, they're drowning, that's why they're splashing water on me. The child of God, the Christ consciousness is within them, and I'm not going to respond to them with the same action that was respond to me. Okay, that's the metaphysical teaching. But oftentimes our emotions and our inner child and humanness don't understand all that kind of teaching. And that can sound like, I don't know, a bit of codependence. Somebody hurts you, let them hurt you some more. right? It's a little codependent. Like, turn the other cheek. They already slapped me here. I'm going to give them this one. And so I started thinking about it, and I went, well, maybe, and just let me know if this makes any sense to you. Maybe somehow between spirit-led information coming through the human, getting written onto the pages, getting translated for thousands of years, it may have possibly not been the exact same thing that was said or felt over that time. I heard this is one, squirrel. This is one of the ones that I heard years ago, that these priests and monks were doing a deep dive into the original scripture. They wanted to find out exactly what language it was originally in, check all the translations and really check with it and make sure it was accurate. And one of the priests and monks, whoever it was, priest or monks, screamed, and he realized the word was actually, you must celebrate, not be celibate. That one R changed everything. One R, one letter changed everything. Okay, that may or may not be true. I believe it. I believe it because I want to believe it. Okay, now, but the one that I was going to talk about before I squirreled there is what if the original saying that Jesus shared with his disciples was plural? What if Jesus was not giving a message of eye for an eye, tooth for tooth, but also not giving a message of just stand there and take it and don't set healthy boundaries, okay? What if it was turn the other cheeks and walk away? Now, sometimes that is the most loving thing you can do, is walk away, especially if you're about ready to react. Because walking away just a few seconds sometimes can take it from a reaction to a response. Just a few seconds. And I've learned recently that a few deep breaths, my wife will go, Armand, 3 deep breaths? She can feel that something's happening. And it's unbelievable.
I do that for me, too.
Yeah, well, there's only one of us. Okay. So once I got that idea, that, turn the other cheeks, it changed things very much. It helped me realize that I can actually set boundaries, and that is a very spiritually high thing to do. Brene Brown says people with good, strong boundaries can often be the most compassionate people you will ever meet because they have their oxygen mask on, and they can assist others when their oxygen mask is on, rather than do everything for everybody else and not set your own boundaries and not take care of yourself. So that's what we're going to be talking about a lot today.
Right. So we could talk about like the stages of forgiveness.
I love stages of forgiveness. I came up with them. No, anyway. Yes, well, one of the things that came to me was I used to be one of these people that I just wanted to get everything very quickly. Like somebody would do something that really hurt my feelings. I would go, what's the highest vibration right now? I forgive them. And I wouldn't give myself a chance to go through the process. I wasn't gentle. I would just jump right up. It's often called the spiritual bypass. You just go right to spirit. And then I realized over time that I would have to revisit those and work on them again if I pretended in my mind. Because the mind can grasp very easily forgiveness. The mind realizes it. Not forgiving is painful. But the humanness, as we talked about before, the inner child, even the physical body, needs to be released and go through it without just a quick word. Do some process, maybe scream and yell, blah, blah, blah. Go through the stages. So I came up with this idea that there are 5 basic stages. There could be infinite stages of forgiveness. But the first one is work with what you're feeling in the absolute moment. Call a friend, hang out with somebody that you understand, that loves you, scream, beat a pillow, not to react out on somebody, but to heal that on your own. Work on what is coming up for you right in that moment, and ask those feelings and emotions what their gift is. What is the gift? Then when you've dealt with some of that, then you can start to move into what I call ego forgiveness. And ego forgiveness is like, I know I need to forgive that person. It's the right thing to do. So, okay, I forgive that jerk. And that's okay. That's okay. You're starting. I feel like it's okay to honor our ego by letting them know that we hear them. And ego and inner child sometimes can be a little together. And so you want to honor the ego and the inner child. You're really upset at so-and-so for doing that stuff. Yeah, they were a jerk. They hit me at school or whatever. Yeah, I hear you. That's painful. And then after a while, you can move into another step, which might be, I know that they did the very best they could at the time. We've been taught that over time, that everyone is doing the best they can given their current state of consciousness, even though it may not be their future best, even though there may be a time when they did better before. In that moment, given the big picture, especially with the hope of divine order, then everybody's doing the very best they can at any given moment. Now, there's been times when there were situations going on where Angelina and I felt like our boundaries were being crossed with people. And I would say to Angelina, well, that person is doing the very best that they can at the time. And she would always say, yes, but.
Yes, but the behavior is the same.
So even if it's somebody doing the very best they can, if the behavior is inappropriate and a boundary needs to be set, you can still see the Christ within them while you set that boundary. Okay, so that is a great way to move towards full forgiveness. The next stage might be, and by the way, you want to add yourself in that too. Everybody's doing the very best they can at their given time and the consciousness at the time, and so am I. It's a little harder to forgive yourself often than others because you have more ammunition on yourself, okay? So I know that I am doing the very best I can, and I know I did the very best I could, even if I have some remorse over the way I acted. I still know I did the best at the time from where I was in that perfect holy moment. Then the next stage, if you want to go a little further in your forgiveness, and you'll find out that this process can take years with certain people and certain events to move through them. And I believe in being gentle. I believe that sometimes the slow healing ultimately is the fastest healing because you actually get to it. So the next one might be, if everything's in divine order, not only did they and I do the very best we could at that given moment, given our current state of consciousness, then on some level, they and I did the only thing we could at that given moment with the current state. Kind of like a movie. You'll be watching a movie and you'll go, oh my gosh, this is horrible. Then at the very end, you'll see how everything that happened in it happened the way to lead to that ending. It was all, God is like a huge director, okay? All the parts are there and it's all working. So that's another higher level of forgiveness for self and others. We all did the only thing we could at the moment. So that's like level 4. And you'll still work on it and work and the stuff comes up. Ask what the gifts are. The most powerful finale, I believe, of forgiveness is, and I don't expect any of us to do it the day after we get hurt. Again, give ourselves some time. What does Marianne Williamson say?
About lunch? Go ahead.
Just because we've forgiven doesn't mean we want to do lunch. And sometimes the kindest thing you can do for your emotional body is not put them around people that will scare them, that have hurt them in the past and freaked them out. I recently did something like that. I won't go into too deep about it, but we had, in 2001, we had a couple that we were hanging out with a lot. And it was time, not 2001, 2021. It was time for the relationship to split, okay? And they live up north, but we would still see them several times a year. And it came to that point where it was time for that to split. Well, Angelina and the female have been text friends ever since. Very light. They don't talk about me. They don't talk about him. They just text each other light. And recently we were going to see the sequel to one of our favorite movies of all time. Anybody ever see the movie This Is Spinal Tap? 1984. One of our favorite movies. Well, they just came out with a sequel. They're all 80. and they're still in it. It's awesome. It's awesome. So anyway, we went to see it, and we were getting ready to go see it up in North Carolina, and Angelina was texting our friend that lives up there. Says, "Oh, we're going to see Spinal
Because
Tap."
if she didn't know about the sequel, she would love it, because that's the kind of movies that she liked.
That was one of her favorite movies. She goes, "I would have never known about it." And I had this hit in that moment. Angelina, invite them to come see it with us. We're not going to go talk about stuff. We're not going to put our junk on the table. We're just going to go see a movie together, hug each other, and laugh. And we both started crying. She wrote the text. We started crying. I felt a huge healing. And then when they said they were thinking about trying to be there the next day, my inner child freaked out. I started getting stressful, anxious. What have I done? Oh my God. And basically I said, what's up? And I named him AJ, because that was what I was called as a little kid, Armand John, but AJ. I said, AJ, what's up? He says, you know, you didn't ask me if we could go hang out with them. I'm not comfortable with this. Fortunately for him and us, they couldn't do it. But it was a great lesson, and a little bridge was built of forgiveness in the process. But that was a very clear indicator that if you go too fast because your mind and your spirit say yes, but your body and your emotions aren't quite there yet.
Right. Always check in.
Always check in. There's going to be conflict. And I was really a mess for the next day or so until they said they couldn't come, and then I was happy. You know, it's like telling somebody by accident, "I'll loan you $5,000," and freaking out the next day, and then they say they don't need it. Oh God! And so we've all had that. So did I say the last stage? Yes, the last stage is coming up. I squirreled. The last stage, I think that the most powerful and the most challenging is I forgive them and I thank them for playing their part and for giving me that experience that helped me become this person I am now. Again, just because you thank them doesn't mean you want to call them up and say, "Thank you so much for being abusive." No, but on a cosmic level, you thank them for playing their part in the experience that ultimately led to your healing and growth, that on some level, we all had a contract to happen. And again, there's a difference between the spiritual thank you and the physical thank you for abusing me, I'm going to send you $1,000 tithe. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about tithing cosmically, thanking the universe and their part in the universe, because there is no us and them and universe. It's all us. So we're really talking about the collective when we do that kind of stuff. Now, one of the phrases that I heard that is the most amazing example of thanking and forgiving the highest value is this poem, and I'm not exactly sure who said it, but somebody said, forgiveness is the fragrance the violet sheds after being crushed by the heel. So when a heel crushes a violet, apparently they give off a smell. It's like some beauty. And there is beauty underneath the pain because of the experience and the evolution that comes from it. And that's what we want to tap into. So again, this is a process to go through, something gentle that we allow ourselves to move through. But these levels of forgiveness, each time we move to another level of that forgiveness, we're going to feel better. And in a way, all of this stuff that we talk about, it's not unselfish. It's not selfish or unselfish. It's self-full. Because the entire world benefits from it. Somebody will say something to me like, "Oh, the way y'all do stuff for people, you're so unselfish." And I go, "Not really. I know that I'm going to feel really good about what I did." So there is a self-receiving in that act. So I like self-full. Unselfish is when you don't care about yourself and you just do stuff for other people. I'm not great at that. I'm better at self-full acts that'll make me feel good and other people feel good together. And of course, selfish is when you only care about yourself, and I don't like that. Doesn't work either. So anyway, somebody said all kind acts are a bit of No, all unkind acts are like masochistic. You're ultimately hurting yourself with all those unkind acts. Anyway, so I think I covered that.
So forgiveness isn't easy to do, right? But it's really important that we do that, and it sometimes takes time, and but if we can let go of that, the pain and the anger and the energy all around that, then we have freedom. We talked a little bit about the song last night, but if we can let go of those pain, anger, sadness, confusion, then we can free ourselves of that, and we want to have that joy and that peace in ourselves. So forgiveness is good for ourselves too, so we have that freedom. Boundaries are important as well, because we need to know, well, once we've forgiven, where is that person in our life then? You know, kind of like our friends, the couple that Armand was talking about. And so boundaries are really good, and that's why the girl and I only have a text, and we keep things very light. And we've been doing that for the last couple of years. So that's our boundary, because setting boundaries is self-love, right? So it's taking care of ourselves, and so boundaries are also good.
Absolutely, absolutely. Boundaries help you be strong so you can be stronger for others. It's really awesome. Now, one of the things that bugs me, I guess is a little bit of a boundary.
Let me talk about one more thing before you do
Please
that,
do,
if that's okay.
please do.
Yeah,
She
I
knew
want to
where was
talk
going.
about self-forgiveness.
I like that.
So self-forgiveness is, we talk about forgiving others, but we also have to forgive ourselves. So say you say something unkind, or you do something unloving, or you do something that embarrasses yourself. It's really important to forgive ourselves, because, it's easy to beat yourself up, be upset, be angry with yourself. But if we can forgive ourselves, then we won't have the shame, regret, or self-blame. And as you forgive yourself, be kind and compassionate with yourself. Feel and accept that your emotions. Embrace that we are not perfect. So I'm going to say that again, because I have that thing. Embrace that we are not perfect. And don't get stuck in your story, right? I had this story in my childhood, and I used to tell it a lot. And then one day I'm like, I'm so tired of hearing myself tell this story. It doesn't really do any good. It was like when I was maybe 10 years old, and I need to move on that. So really, it's good not to get stuck in that story. When it's fresh and all, you can't just say, I'm not going to have that story. But just listen to yourself, and when you say, wow, I have told that story too long, too many times, I'm moving on.
My mom had a saying, and I thought it was hers. I think a lot of the things that my mom said that I thought were hers, she had taken from great writers, but this is a saying that she used to use all the time. Shoot for excellence. Perfection is demoralizing. And it really, really, really is. I heard that perfection is the killer of good, because you never get to the good because you're so busy trying to get it perfect that sometimes you don't get it good. And here's a good example of perfection being the killer of good. Anybody ever been out in nature and there's an animal doing something awesome and you want to get a picture of it? And usually right before you snap, they move. So what I learned a long time ago, start snapping early. Get pictures early. At least you'll have something. So one day, we're up in Michigan. We do a Michigan tour every couple of years. And I go, oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful, great blue heron I have ever seen. It's going to move. It's just standing there, perfect, statuesque. I get a picture from the back, and I move a little closer. And I keep getting pictures. I know eventually it's going to go, but I'm going to get as many as I can. It was a statue. It was so good. It looked so great. But anyway, we use that. And I tend to take the picture quicker. She tends to wait till it goes away because it wasn't perfect yet.
Right.
And that's, the perfection is there. So before we go into our final song, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something that bugs me when other people do it, when they self-promote. I'd like to read something from my book. So this is just one little paragraph on forgiveness. Here's how you will know that you have done all your forgiveness work. You won't be here. It's crucial to personal freedom. It's especially true when it comes to self-forgiveness. It's really easy to understand the concept of forgiveness in our minds. We let go of our judgments of ourselves and others, and we feel more at peace, period. Still, that's in the head, but not necessarily in the hearts, okay? It can help to hear quips like, not forgiving someone is like taking poison, hoping the other person will die. That makes it very clear how important for our mental, emotional, and even physical health it is to practice forgiveness. True forgiveness encompasses the body and the mind. So, we're going to finish with a song called I Forgive You. I wrote it back in about 96 when I knew I needed to forgive a family member who was my most, and still throughout life has been my most challenging person to deal with. And I got this amazing news recently where she's in charge of my other sister's estate who passed away in March. And we don't communicate. So the universe is saying, you want an opportunity to forgive? We're going to put the person you least like in the world in charge of whether or not you get a dime. And that's pushed me even further, another level. I guess I'm still here. I got work to do. All right. And so this is, I forgive you, for you know not what you do. And, if you know when Jesus said that, he was not having a good day, right? And still, he was able to go into the consciousness of where he knew his heart, mind, and soul needed to be. Haunted by the times you made me cry, feeling not quite good enough, not understanding why. I blamed you for the hell that I was in, and I burned through my resentment so I could love again. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. When you did those things that hurt so much, you didn't have a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive you, for you know not what you do. I still have an angry thought or two, dealing with those folks that try to tell me what to do. But I still try to turn the other cheeks. Watch me walk away, you'll know exactly what I mean. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. When they do those things that hurt so much, they haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. I forgive them, for they know not what they do. The more you give away, the more you have. Everyone's a mirror of some part of you. It could be anger, it could be love. Why not choose love? Haunted by the times I made you cry, bringing out the worst in me, not understanding why. We can heal together perfectly. I can be more loving, but there's one thing that I need. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. When I do those things that hurt so much, I I haven't got a clue. Love needs no conditions, it will always see us through. Please forgive me, for I know not what I do. Please forgive me, I forgive you.